Artlist.io.
We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year. Shoot 'em a shot, boy, I'm long range. Me and the team on the same thing. Stayed down, never switched up. Only thing changed was the game. I'm in the zone now. Nothing can change what we on now. When I pull up, know it's going down. Foot on the gas, ain't no slowing down.
Music licensing reimagined.
Watch the game change, yeah.
Artlist.io.
Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. I do not gamble, but bet on me. Tell them that's like, yeah, it's la vie. I'm taking a shot for my enemies. I can't waste no more time on my energy. I know they know I got it on lock. Go against me, that's a long shot. Cause I'm counting
Music licensing reimagined.
Don't stop. Who do you feel when they make you the monster? I am not scared of none of you imposters. Taking the lead now while they watching. Think you should leave now while the options. Taking no else, yeah, I gotta win. Watch me kick down the door, they won't let me in. I'm running the game now. Foot on the gas, can slow down. No, my team, we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Bringing it to you live from Channel 9 studio. It's Sports Chat with Mr. 33. I am he, Mr. 33. Y'all know Sunday is NFL Day. And even as we speak, there is a game. The game is between the Kansas City Chiefs versus and the Los Angeles Chargers. With 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go, the Chargers is leading 17-16. But Kansas City just got the ball on their own 35. Right? But even before getting to this game, there's a lot of action today in the NFL. There was meaningful games in the NFL. But first, we're going to talk about the game between the Los Angeles Rams versus the Buffalo Bills. And it was a shootout, everybody. Buffalo came in. They was trailing most of the game. But they made the game very interesting in the fourth quarter. But they came up short, 44-42. But in this game, it was a record-setting day for Josh Allen. Why was it a record-setting day for Josh Allen? Because he was 22 of 37, 342 yards, 3 touchdowns passing, and he also had 10 carries for 82 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. He is the first player in NFL history to throw for 3 touchdowns and run for 3 touchdowns. Right? So he did everything he can to win the game, but he just came up short. Khalil Shakir had 106 receiving yards with a touchdown pass. Not only was Josh Allen throwing the ball, like I just said, he was leading the team in rushing, right? So it was a big day for him, like I said, but came up short as the Rams came in, in this high shootout game to speak. Matthew Stafford was 23 of 30, 320 yards, 2 touchdowns. Puka Nacua I think this was a career game for him. 12 catches for 162 yards and a touchdown. So with this win, with the win, the Rams are 7-6 and a half game back in the NFC West. But even with this loss, you can congratulate the Buffalo Bills because they clinched their division. And when you clinch a division, that means you are going into the NFL playoffs. So essentially, they clinched a playoff spot. Even through this loss, they clinched this playoff spot. But they are now, 10-3, which is why we're score watching the Kansas City game. Because if Kansas City wins, they will be 12-1 with a 2-game lead. So we'll watch that. But it was, like I said, it was high scoring. Buffalo was trailing 24-14. Then by the fourth quarter, they just brought it back. They was down by 17 at the end of the third. They made it as close as possible, but they could not take the lead. And so they ended up losing that game 44-42. And for me, the game of the day, the most important game for me, it was 3 really. But this game was about the NFC West. And this game pertained, the participants of this game was the Seattle Seahawks, who went down to Arizona to play the Cardinals. And in true fashion, the Seahawks rise above the competitor and won their game 30-13. 30-18. Geno Smith had a decent game, 24-30, 233 yards, a touchdown, but he was aided very much by Zach Charbonnet. What up, though? 22 carries for 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. And for the Cardinals, which was, it was disappointing. Kyler Murray, he had a bad game. 25-38, 259 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. James Conner had 90 yards rushing. And that's basically it. But with this win, Seattle goes to 8-5. And with the loss, the Cardinals slipped back into third place with a 6-7 record. So it's gonna be kind of hard for the Cardinals to make the playoffs because all the other teams are about 2 games ahead of them, and their best chance was by winning the division. But with this loss now, they're 2 games back in the division. Well, technically 3 because they never beat the Seahawks this year. So it's gonna be a rough patch for the Cardinals trying to get to the playoffs, which means they doomed themselves with this loss. And in the NFC South, we had 2 teams doing the same. They're tied for first place. And we're going to start with the team that was in the league for the first few months of the season, the Atlanta Falcons, as they went on and played the Minnesota Vikings. And this game was not close. And when I tell you it wasn't close, it wasn't close. The final score was 42-21. Kirk Cousins is 23-37, 344 yards, 2 picks, right? Which means he hasn't thrown a touchdown pass in a month. That's not good news for the Falcons, as they seem to go backwards. Right. And for the Vikings, Sam Darnold had a pretty good day, 22 of 28, 347 yards. I say pretty good. When you throw 5 touchdowns, you got a pretty good game, right? So he threw 5 touchdowns, and now the Vikings win this game. And there's still a game behind the first place Detroit Lions, who they'll be playing soon. More than likely, I think it's the end of the season, but We'll find out then. So with the loss, what does that mean for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? What did they do? Did they take the lead in the division, or you know, are they still fight for first place? And they played the Las Vegas Raiders, and they handled their business today as the Tampa Bay Bucks defeated the Raiders 28-13. I mean, it's nothing really to write home about, but Baker Mayfield, 18 to 29, 295 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Rashad Watt had 90 yards rushing on 17 carries. Aiden O'Connell was hurt in the game, so he only threw for 104 yards with a pick. And his backup Desmond Ritter did nothing better, as he only threw for 101 yards. So with this win, the Tampa Bay Bucks is in sole possession of the NFC South with a 7-6 record, and they are now in fourth place in the division. What up, though?
What up, though? Yeah, I was good to let you get your spill on, bro. I'm sitting back listening like I'm in the chat. But go ahead, bro. Do your thing. I'm
Okay,
listening.
okay. So in the NFC East, we're gonna congratulate the Philadelphia Eagles as they clinched their division today with a minor 22-16 win over the Jaguars. It was we know that the Jaguars have been playing good football lately, but
Panthers. Panthers.
Panthers, excuse me, the Carolina Panthers. You correct, but that's Saquon Barkley. Listen, man, that man is just running the ball like he ain't got no sense. He is now the single season rushing record for the Philadelphia Eagles in 1 year, not even a whole year. He set the record in what game is this? The 11th to 13th game. He set that in 13 games with 20 carries for 124 yards. Now, if he stay on this pace, he will set the single season rusher record with 2,105. Jalen Hurts, he had 108 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Nothing really, like I said, nothing really to write about. Jaden Daniels, Bryce Young, he's playing some good football, but he's on a learning curve, I guess. 191 yards, 19 to 34, a touchdown and a pick. And like I said, with that win, the Philadelphia Eagles clinched the NFC East, and that's pretty much it, right? We got 2 minutes and 26 seconds. The Chargers is leading 17-16. They driving. The Chiefs are driving, so it's 2nd down and 8. Where we at on the field? We heading towards the goal line or the field goal area. So yeah, they at the 21-yard line, 2nd and 8. And they hand the ball off. They got a yard. So it's 3rd and 7. Kareem Hunt only got a yard. But we're heading to the 2-minute warning. We'll probably wind it down to the 2-minute warning. But what's going on with you?
Who 20 they on? They on their own 20 or?
Yeah, Kansas City is on their own. They're on the Chargers 20, meaning they get ready to kick a field goal if they don't make this 4th down. I mean, it's 3rd and 7. 2-minute warning.
So it's 3rd and 7. So they about this goal, huh?
No, they're at the 20, so they get the 1st down. They'll be able to get. Well, it depends on how far they get. Like if they get inside the 10, it's 1st and goal.
Chargers ain't got no timeout.
The Chargers, I think the Chargers got all of their timeouts. They have their timeouts. But I guess they're waiting to see if they're gonna throw the ball, and then if it's incomplete, they get to keep their timeout.
No, I was I ain't watching the game. I'm in the garage.
Yeah, I'm here. So So what's going on is that they're trying to save their timeouts just in case they have to drive, but they have been driving the ball fairly well in the second half. They came in down 13-7. They scored a touchdown, kicked a field goal, and took the lead. And Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes fashion, we're gonna see if he can get the clock down, or is they gonna kick this field goal right now. But realist, what's going on with you?
The
So
realest one is in the building. What up?
you know what I mean. So we winding down. We seeing record-setting games. Like I said, Josh Allen throwing for 3 touchdowns, running for 3 touchdowns. So he basically accounted for every touchdown that they got, which is unbelievable. You see Saquon Barkley breaking team records with 4 games to go. It's a lot of football left, but I didn't even touch on the playoff runs because there's no need, right? We know that those teams that's fighting in the NFC West, if they don't win their division, they ain't making it. Same with the NFC South. If you ain't winning that division, you ain't gonna make it. So because everybody's in like under 500, and I think the Commanders are 8-5, and they have a bye, so they're not worried about nothing. They 2 games up with 4 games to go. Only way they can do that is they slip and somebody go on a hot streak. And I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm looking at the Rams. The Rams
Man,
are really
they
impressing
look
me.
good. Yeah, they look
They
good, man.
that offense is high octane. They kept up
Yeah,
with Buffalo. They kept up with Buffalo and really gave them the business today. Puka
man.
Nakua had a great game.
Stafford
Good.
is a Jedi, bro. He be using the force when he throw the ball or something, bro. Because he put it in places. It's either gonna be a great play or you gonna get killed. That's how Calvin Johnson was, bro. But like his consistency on that, like he put it in like when you get the ball, either you gonna be gone or you gonna get killed. One of the two. But he put it right where you can get it, where you go get it. So um to me, he better than Brett, bro. I mean, he got the Super Bowl now. I mean, it's about time to start talking about that Hall of Fame. So,
Yeah,
wish it
he's
wasn't done
he
in Detroit though. Just
yeah,
remember
I think yeah,
that.
he's gonna go in as a Lion. All the records that he set in Detroit.
Oh
You know,
no, he gonna go Stafford. I don't know, bro. I think he gonna go in and ran. That's where he won the Super Bowl.
nah, nah, I don't even think that matters. Kansas City got the first down.
Mm-hmm.
With a minute and
It's
11 seconds
over.
to go. Yeah, they got Kansas City. Kansas City. The Chargers is now out of timeouts. So
Hey, you see,
it's
what game was that
it's
when the kicker slipped? You better hope for that. Wasn't that the
that was the Ram game.
yeah.
He slipped and made it 44-35. And on that in that game, I have to agree with Tom Brady. It made no sense. You should have threw the ball and then kicked it back, and hopefully they didn't make the first down because they had all of their timeouts. So the clock management games that these guys are doing is like very odd. It's odd, because if you kick the ball deep and they just run 3 regular plays and you got timeouts. Either they're gonna throw the ball a third down so you can save a timeout, or they're gonna run the ball and you get the ball back with some good field position, and you only needed a field goal to win the game. So I didn't like that play call. I mean, but like I said, they hurt themselves really because if 57 seconds, Kansas City second and 11, they just running the clock out. If they get this field goal, they 2 games back, and they don't play Kansas City no more. So you got to keep pace to get that number one spot, and especially in Buffalo. Y'all Western New York, it snows all the time. You rather play in the snow than everywhere else. It's to your advantage. So that was an ill timed decision, and I think it's going to haunt them now. as Kansas City's winding it down, 3rd and 12. Andy Reid tell him when we get the clock down to like 3 seconds, call timeout, and he sent it in the field goal unit. So it's a lot of offensive decisions that you got to make in the game. I understand that, but it's always about clock management. Timeout with 1 second left in the quarter. Andy Reid just called it, and here comes the field goal unit. So when you make those ill-timed decisions, it's sometimes it seems to set you back. And when you injured, you need that extra week off, right? So that's what everybody's really playing for. Like the Vikings are playing for that right now. They're trying to catch the Lions. The Eagles is trying to catch the Lions, all for that week off, all for that number one spot, and get to play the lowest seeds. But sometimes that backfires too, because sometimes them lowest seeds be coming in hot. So right, and we gotta find out which team is that going to be in each division, right? Right now it just look like. But right now, if we're being honest, it looked like the Bucks, even though that they're winning their division, but they've been on like a 4-game winning streak. The kick is up. The kick is good off the goalpost, and Kansas City wins again.
Oh man!
The ball hit the left goalpost, went through the goalpost, and now they are 1917 winners, and they win their 9th AFC West title. They clinched the division tonight. So once again, congratulations to the back-to-back champs as they solidify a 12-1 record, and they clinched their division all in one night. So the Chargers are now 8-5, but they hold a firm place in the playoff spot as they still rank number 5. What a game. But, when you go through things, like I said, it's just, when you get these people who call them luck win. We know people who already got the conspiracy theory out, Kansas City be cheating, and this was just this basic football. Get the ball, hold the ball, kick the ball, win the game. That's all it was. He just hit the upright and it went in. So if they would have won
it was a magnet in the football, bro. It was a magnet in there.
They probably gonna say that too. Like, nah, it was a artificial football. They just come up with so many things. You just gotta understand the uniqueness of a champion, right? And they're always in the midst of a championship. I don't care what time it is, right? Even when they lost to the Bucks, they wasn't even supposed to make that, but they made it anyway, right? So, you got to tip your hat off to Andy Reid. You got to tip your hat off to Patrick Mahomes. Like he's one of the great ones, and he's under 30, so he still got time. It's not like he's Aaron Rodgers or Kirk Cousins. He still got time. The offense ain't looking the way that it used to, but they still finding ways to win. Right, so you got to tip your hat to them. You gotta understand, until you knock off a champion, you got to respect them as such, a champion. When you beat them, that's something different. Now you got to figure out what team can do it. Can the Ravens do it? Can the Steelers do it? Buffalo played them.
We did it last year. Yeah. Remember that?
The very first game.
Go ahead and make that matchup. Yeah, make that matchup. We good to go.
I don't know. I don't.
Super Bowl. Just skip that. Okay.
I think the Lions are the clear-cut favorites, right? I don't really like.
Man, I hope so. They bro. Like this, look, man, you can't say they got to give Dan Campbell Coach of the Year, bro. I mean, with what he doing, with what he got, ain't nobody else going like that, bro.
Yeah, it was a. I mean, we knew that the Lions would take a step up, right? But we didn't think it would be this step up to where they're on the verge of being, the number one seed. right? Because we all thought the 49ers would come back. They're going to be the same. We counted the Eagles. We said the Lions would be like 2 or 3, but they are clear and cut better than everybody in the conference right now, right? I don't care about what the Vikings are doing. They still fell to the Lions. You don't care what the Eagles is doing. They're a game under the line. So, you know, I'm just ready for January. Well, I ain't ready for January yet as far as the new year. I'm just ready for January for the playoffs to start. Right? You just wanna get right to the nitty gritty and let's go. Let's see who's gonna do what. But we got the last 4 weeks coming for us. And I'm just sitting back and watching which team is coming into the playoffs on a momentum, right? Like, to be honest, I know everybody wants to be 15-1, but I'd rather lose a game and make sure that I get my thoughts back together, right? Because the Eagles is coming in with a 9 game lead, 9 game winning streak, right? So you look at them like, okay, that's going to be the competition, clear cut. But that's not even the case because, like I told y'all before, you guys, the NFC North is going to have three representatives: the Lions, the Bears. Excuse me, the Lions, the Vikings, the Packers, in that order. So while those other two got to play in a wild card spot, you got the Lions that's sitting there waiting on which competitors. Who's going to be the 6th seed, who's going to be the lowest seed. They may have to play the Packers again in the second round. They may have to play the Vikings in the second round. That's how competitive the NFC is, right? They could, because whether we are being realistic or not, we can actually see that the Vikings can beat any of those first place teams. I think they could play with the Eagles. I know for sure they could play with the NFC South leaders and the NFC West leaders. So it's not going to matter who they play. It's just to see who's going to meet the Lions in the second round. They may have to go through the whole. Now, just imagine this: what if the Lions got to play both teams to get to the Super Bowl? They would have to play the Packers and the Vikings 3 times this year just to get to the Super Bowl. Do you know how rare that is? That is a rare feat. But this season is so unique. I'm expecting everything. I'm expecting anything.
Man, I don't want that. I mean, because them divisional games, them be wars, bro. Them be wars, and they will beat. I mean, they already beat up, but they keep finding a way, man. They keep, checking away. I knew they was gonna be special when Dan Campbell said we gonna bite the kneecaps, and the players like, yeah, we gonna bite. I'm like, okay, yeah, he crazy and they crazy. This is what we needed. We needed everybody crazy, not just because at times, bro. You just had some crazy players, and you had some coaches that was laid back. Then you had the crazy coaches, then you had the players. I'm like, man, we can't never just get craziness here. That's what D is, bro. We crazy. The whole Detroit, poor little Tink Tink city. That's the city of poor little Tink Tink. Something wrong with us, bro. But that's okay. We gonna make it happen. So yeah, when I seen that, I was like, I'm geek.
Man, I was so mad yesterday. Detroit Pistons beat the Knicks. I was like, this is too. I ain't gonna hit the I ain't gonna hit the end of this. I ain't gonna say nothing. But like I
Yeah.
said, when it's just so much. It just brings so much energy when your city is being represented, especially in sports, right? Like I said, you had the Tigers this year. They made the playoffs, but nobody thought they was going to make the playoffs, right? Then you got Detroit playing very good basketball right now, even though people gonna say it early, but they're playing good basketball. And then you got the Lions. I don't even know what the Red Wings doing. I ain't even count them, but I'm just talking about the major 3 sports, right? I know hockey's big up there, but I'm talking about the Lions, the Tigers, and, and the Pistons. They playing the city they got to be excited. The rejuvenation of just sports itself. I don't think people really understand how much sports can bring a city together, a town, a community. I
Hmm.
think that's really a thing. Like, for example, I remember when the Rangers won the championship and the Knicks was in the finals, man, you couldn't tell New York nothing. You couldn't tell New York nothing. They was going crazy until OJ came through in the Broncos. And it stopped the momentum, right? But you had all of that going at one time. And then like when the Giants went to the Super Bowl, the Yankees and Mets were playing in the World Series. Man, you couldn't tell New York. They was man, listen, fuck the Bronx, fuck Queens. They going crazy. But what it did though, it just brought everybody together. It brought a whole like, yo, we back. Yeah, we back. Yo, we got some excitement. Yeah, let's go. You know, and that's the funny part about sports. It does that, right? And even with the conversation, that's what I want the conversations to do. Even as we go forward in the sports chat, right? We gonna once this thing get big, we're gonna see people come in, gonna have regular conversations. All right, yo, well, let's just talk about what it is. The Knicks is trash. Detroit is up. All right, we beat you already. Now say something. You know, things like that. Like, all right, cool. I'd rather have those conversations than those silly conversations that everybody else be having. Talking about people and we just gonna keep it right here on the sports. Yeah, we bust y'all down. Look, the Giants, we slayed them Giants. The Lions are giant killers. Oh, whatever they gonna say. All right, well, you got that. You know what I'm saying? You get what could you say? You got it. What can we say? You got one more loss. You got one less loss than the Giants do win. Like what could I say about that? You know what I'm saying? Like damn, they 2-10, y'all 12-1. What could I say? You know what I mean? But but those are the conversations that need to be had, right? And as long as we keep it civil, and as long as we understand what's going on with the actual sports, we can have those conversations. You know what I mean? So I mean, like I said, I know Detroit is excited. They ain't got no choice but to be excited. I know
I
it.
was, I was about to say, I'm gonna be more philosophical than that, but
You good? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Go ahead, and let it out. I'm just saying what it is.
it, I'm gonna just be quiet and let you do it for
Nah, I ain't doing nothing. I'm chilling. I'm
me.
chilling. Like I'm
You
just.
gonna be like, I know you about to come in here and you just gonna start roasting the city. I'm gonna be like, well, I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm gonna listen to you.
Nah, I'm just listen, man. I'm just talking about the excitement of what that momentum. It just brings such an energy, right? So people going to work like, yo, what's up? You probably ain't even speak to this person like, oh yeah, but everybody doing good. Hey, Jim, nigga, you don't talk to me, but whatever. We winning. Oh, that's right. What's up? Y'all going to the game? Which game? Y'all going to the Detroit game? Yeah, we playing good. Cade Cunningham. We talking about making him a all star this year. Look, they talking about Cade Cunningham being an all star already. We ain't even
Hey,
2 months in the season yet.
Cade, man, Cade is a demon, bro. That dude, I mean, the potential. Like when he came out of Oklahoma State, I was deep when they got him. And then I just don't think he had the right coaching. I don't think I mean, you see him doing his thing, but it's like he was always limited to make sure everybody get theirs first. And when he just start doing his own thing, the way man, you see the difference in him, bro.
And to be fair to Detroit, they gave him a couple little pieces, right? I know people don't like Tobias Harris, but he's an NBA vet. He can give you a good
Tobias is
12,
a
15
beast.
points. I'm just saying the people don't like him, but
Oh, I
people
was
don't
mad when he
understand.
left the first time. I'm like,
Right,
God
that's
damn.
what he got that money in Philly, and they wasted his talent down there, making him the third and fourth option, right? So they bring him back, right? Don't y'all got Tim Hardaway Jr.? Y'all got
Tim
so y'all
Hardaway doing
surround
his thing, man. Malik
y'all
Beasley
getting
was
y'all getting
I
shooters.
mean,
That's what I'm
they
saying.
got
You getting them shooters all around you. So Cade Cunningham could do what he need to do. If he gonna kick it out, he
yeah.
know he got some shooters on the wings, right? He gonna do some and ones. He gonna, if well, I don't. Isaiah Stewart, he gonna be on the boards. Things like so. You guys are trending in the right direction.
Dor-
Especially,
Durham, bro.
you know what I mean?
If Durham keep, elevating his game, bro, that's gonna be a nasty combination, man. Him and K.
And
K got pace,
mhm.
and Durham got the man. That's gonna be nasty.
So
And then you
even
still
as we
got, and then they still got them real young pieces too. They still got Jay
right,
Ivy. He a beast too. You know, he like a Dwayne Wade type player. So you got that. You got LeBron and Dwayne again. Jay Ivy is he a dog. He just he gonna
Jade
score.
Ivy, right?
You know, he a
That's what I'm
dog.
saying.
You got that all around score. I don't need like I can take the assist, but or I can just go get the bucket. You need that, especially like with Cade, because Cade is like LeBron 2.0. Watch what I tell you. He gonna be like
And
when he he ain't got LeBron's dominance, but he got his IQ right now. Wait till
you
his
got
body fill out a little more.
yeah, and that's the thing when you come in, like everybody can't come in 18 and ready to play, right? Sometimes you need that NBA experience, right? You need
Mm-hmm.
that year to get yourself together, get that contact, so that way you know how to build yourself up against that physicality that you're gonna go into, right? Makes you stronger going to the basket, make you want to have a post up game a little bit because you got these little guards on you, things like that, right? So, as you guys are building up, as far as your bench play is coming through with some key bench players. You got Ivy, you got a whole bunch of players coming off the bench. Like I said, you have to see the aura, the momentum of everything, right? Like, yo, I'm starting to like the Pistons again. It's been a while since I liked the Pistons, but damn it, we looking good right now. We young, we coming in, we playing well, right? We staying in the game, we being competitive. That's all the team. That's all a city wants. Like a city like Detroit, that's all they want. I mean, we ain't gonna win every game, but as long as we are playing competitive ball, whatever sport it is, we can live with that. We can take those tough losses. I mean, as a fan, some of them are gonna come. But you know 3 years ago, those tough losses would have been 40 points, 40-point loss, and a missed field goal, or striking out with the bases loaded, or missing that wide open shot on the ice. It's just the momentum of a thing. It just switches over. Like one team get it, two team get it, but when the whole sports scene get it, it's just a difference of a thing.
It's homework.
You know.
My bad. No, go
So
ahead.
yeah,
My wife.
no, I hear
No,
her.
it's homework. Okay, my bad.
So
I said no.
it's
My bad.
just a thing, right? No, go ahead. It's just a thing. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it's just an awesome experience when everything is clicking. Sports, the economy goes up. People want to spend more. People more friendly. And for Detroit, it's if we're being honest, it's overdue, right? Y'all need some of that good energy, that good aura, because
Yeah, 'cause when
for a while y'all was down.
yeah, 'cause when you broke and losing, bro, nah, you ain't doing nah, bro. Yeah, so when you winning and you broke, okay, I can deal with this because we winning.
All right,
At least, you know.
yeah. Look,
But when you broke
I
and losing, no, bro.
how many Lion fans was calling out, yo, I can't go to work. That was a gruesome loss. Yeah, we had that game. I ain't going to work. Yeah, I'm not going to work. I'm telling you, I ain't going. Nah, we ain't doing that now. Like, yo, you see how we pulled that out? Y'all seen it. I don't care. I don't care. Chicago messed up. It's our win. We taking that. Let's go. Right? Detroit basketball. Look, Cade came through, gave us a triple double. He giving us 20 and 10. Let's go. 20 and 10 assists. Let's do it. Right? And that's what I'm saying. It's like I said, it's just been a while for the city. So you guys take your hat off and enjoy this. Y'all definitely need to enjoy this. It's going forward.
For sure.
So
Oh
I
yeah, I'm
don't know if
enjoying the
anybody.
second of it, especially with my dad. I get to talk shit to my dad. He got a bask in the greatness of Detroit. He's just hoping they don't win the Super Bowl. I'm like, if they win the Super Bowl, you ain't gonna never, ever. I don't care if they never win again. If they not, so what? Remember that year? Yep. Because every time we talk, well, when they win the Super Bowl, the Steelers. I'm like, bro, you talking about the past? I'm talking about the present, man. When the last time the Steelers won the Super Bowl? Okay then. So what we talking about? We talking about right now, bro. My dad talking about, yeah, but they got out, bro. That's they had that. They had a lot of those before I was even born. I don't care about what they got. I'm talking about what they doing now. Look what the Lions doing.
Right,
They don't like to hear that.
right. That's you. Like people don't understand that. Like, yo, when you get to experience that triumphant victory, right? It's just different. You know what I mean? It's like,
That's
yo, I
it.
was there for that. I was
Let me
there
say
for
this.
that no hitter. I was there for that All Star game. I was there when somebody dropped 100 points or whatever it is. Whatever happens in your city, if you present and you get to see it, you like I seen all that. Like that's just definitely a thing going on, right? So like I said, it's just time for people to stand up. Like, all right, yo, we got that advantage. Let's have the conversation. Um, I don't know if
The
anybody
most,
did anybody see Deadline yesterday. Go ahead. What you gonna say?
I was about to say the most beautiful thing is though, even if the Lions lose and the Steelers win, I still win, bro. Because I'm a Steelers fan too. He hate that. You be flip. I ain't flip flopping. I just like both teams. Stop hating on me. I could be happy for either team. Only time I ain't rooting for the Steelers is when they playing the Lions.
But that's the thing, right? It's two different conferences. It's not like they're gonna play each other all the time, right? It's not like you like the Steelers and the Ravens. That can't happen, right? Or the Lions and Bears. That can't happen. Or the Lions and the Pack. That cannot happen because we understand those two don't get along, right? You can't like both of them, but you can like two different conferences.
This is what I say. Because at the end of the day, now we about to go into some logical sense, right? Because
Mhm.
the way the way fans are, it don't make no sense, right? So we will go to logical sense, right? Ain't none of these goddamn teams paying me. I'm not getting paid to watch. I got to pay for all this shit. So I'm gonna enjoy what the hell I want to enjoy. I don't care if both teams if they hate each other. I'm rooting for both of y'all. I don't give a flying f because I'm paying. I'm not getting paid
I,
to be loyal to these son of a mamas. If they lose, I'm pissed off. My day is ruined. So I got to get something else out of it. So look, I'm a consumer. I'm a consumer what the hell I want. And ain't nobody gonna tell me who I can like and who I can't like. That's what
that
my
that that's
grandmama said, so that's what I'm
that's just a rare case, though. To be honest with you, like it's very hard for somebody. All right, like I said, all right, Pittsburgh. Who's Pittsburgh rival? Right, Cleveland.
Ravens and Browns.
You ain't liking the Browns. You know how hard it is to like the Browns. You from Pittsburgh? That's not gonna happen. The
Actually,
only
my
way you
auntie.
gonna do that is wow. Well, she's different then.
I got a auntie that like the Browns, and I got a cousin that like the Ravens, and my dad love fucking with both of them.
What's your dad team?
Pittsburgh,
Oh, okay. That
straight
makes sense.
Pittsburgh. That's it, straight Pittsburgh.
That that makes sense. I'm like, wait a minute. He can't. Well, you already know, so he can't like nobody. He can't like the Browns. He can't like the Ravens.
He hate
He
the
can.
Browns. He hate the Ravens. He told my cousin, he said, if you ever go to the Browns or Ravens, I'm disowning
Damn.
you.
But what if he bring them a Super Bowl? See, that's one of the things that people don't understand too, right? You can hate the team, but if I got peoples on that team, I'm a cheer more. You just do look. I can't say you just do good. I need you to win it all because you making us look good at the same time. So that's a different scenario in totality, right? It's wow. he said he gonna disown him. Why you gonna disown your
My dad hate the Browns. He hate the Ravens. He hate them. Like, I'd be like, bro, it ain't, you don't even know these people, bro. Chill out, man. It ain't even that serious. I don't hate none of them.
own? That's how sports is though, right?
Yeah.
Because
Meathead.
like New York and Boston, they can't stand each other. Well,
Man,
that's another aspect too. But it started with sports,
college sports betting
right?
is crazy, bro. And I'm gonna do a study on sports betting. because y'all some weird people, man. They be like really beefed up. Well, it's just like the politics too. It be family members, bro. I be like, damn, because they're Republican, then y'all don't talk no more. Like, oh shit, like y'all be gang banging, bro. On sports, on politics, y'all really be
Yeah,
gang banging. Y'all be talking about the
yeah,
gang banging.
yo,
I'm like, shit, what's the
yeah.
difference?
Because well, the difference is, well, I don't really know the difference. I think you should do the study on that. For me, it's
Because I
not
was
really
about
a
to say,
difference. It's just
I was
an
about to say, don't say
understanding of
y'all.
something.
I was about to say, don't say y'all ain't gonna be fighting because they be fighting, they be unaliving each other. The politicians and the sports players, they be rioting. I be like, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what they do. You ain't lying about that. Um,
And the most violent fans are soccer. Like you would think it'd be football or a black sport, but soccer. Them people crazy, bro. They be tearing down stadiums.
yeah, I think a lot of, but see, a lot of that is like they want that representation of themselves, right? Like, for example, you see the bandwagon people, right? I'll give you an example. The entire '80s, right? Yankee Stadium was dead. They was giving away tickets to the Yankee Stadium, to the Yankee games, right? Soon as they won the World Series, yo, we Yankee fans. I'm like, yo, wait a minute. I was here more than y'all because I was getting free tickets. She was empty. What are you talking about? Nah, we've been Yankee fans since who? Give me a name. Don. Yeah, I know Don Madley. He's the only one there for the whole time they lost. So give me another name. Oh, yeah, y'all full of shit, right? Y'all just bandwagon people. But for most people, you follow that one team that got you into the sport. It's not even a loyalty. It's just the fact that you watched them so much, you just became a fan. So you just like, yo, you know what? What happens if they win? What happens if they win? Then
Let me
if you
tell you
get lucky
something.
enough and win, whew,
Let me tell you something. A wise man once said. He a famous
say what up, nine.
philosopher. He a famous philosopher. They call him K Dot. He said he a fan,
Mhm.
he a fan, he a fan. 69 God. Freaky ass. He was 69. That's what happened when you become fans. You become freaky. You start
I
doing weird
guess
stuff like Drake.
it, it's just like I said, when you get to them teams, man, it's like, yo, listen, man. Like I guess even with if you hit the other side, the political side, it's just a representation of something. You want somebody to represent what you go through or what you want to be or whatever the case may be. So, like I said, like everybody was a Chicago Bull fan. All of a sudden, everybody was Bull fans when Michael Jordan was winning championship. You ain't even hear about Chicago Bulls before that, right? You just got people that ride like that. They winning, we happy. Only that city was supposed to be that way. But you just got people because he's a winner or this, that, and the third. LeBron James, same type of thing. But LeBron got so many haters. I feel bad for him. I do, right? They hate that man so much because he revolutionized a certain part of the game, like Steph Curry. But even when you look at Steph Curry, he revolutionized the game. They don't hate him. They just hate this one guy. For what reason? Because he started from the bottom and now he's where he's at. Is that why everybody's upset? Y'all know the boy came in at 18 with the expectation and had to put a whole family on his back and do all of these things. And now y'all hate him for what? Because now he's the all-time NBA leading scorer. Now he played too long. Then you'll get mad because he got his son. He gets to play with his son. Or y'all get mad because he dominated a whole decade, even if he didn't win them all. But y'all find reasons to hate this dude all because of, he was that poor little kid in Akron. He did what he bust his hump. He's a representation for a lot of people, but there's people that hate him because he's that representation. But everybody's going to gravitate to that because a lot of people understand his story. That's the representation that people get upset about, and that's why people cheer for him. That's why these kids are cheering for him now. You know what I mean? That's why the fans go crazy. That's when you become a fanatic because I can be just like LeBron James. I can start with nothing and go in the end, even though it's a difficult route. You know how many AAU teams and all, like, man, that sport picked up so much over the past 20 years since LeBron been playing. It's crazy.
Man, I'm gonna tell you the God honest truth. LeBron James earned every hater he ever encountered. He earned that.
I can't stand it. Why,
Mm.
why did he do that? What did he do?
That's what happens when you do great shit, bro. You develop haters. You create the motherfuckers. You do something great, do something that somebody else think they can do and try it and don't do it. That's what happens. They start hating your ass because you can do it. So he earned every fucking hater he ever encountered in life. Congratulations,
That
son. That's what greatness comes with. Hate.
yeah, Eh, 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 eh.
And that's
and
just some
and
real
and
shit, bro. I'm just being honest.
that, nah, and that's the part that people don't understand. Even when you put that expectation on yourself, right? Like there's people that has the they don't even want the expectation for him to fail. They just want him to fail. That hate is it's so disgusting, right? Like like I said, we were just talking about the Chiefs, right? There's so many people waiting for them to lose, so y'all ain't as good as y'all thought y'all was, but they the two-time reigning champions. What are y'all
Hmm.
hating that team for? They doing everything possible to win the game. And then the conspiracy theories come out. All right, cool. But when you look at the game, hey, they making the plays at the exact time they need to make the plays, and y'all still mad because they making the plays when they need to make the plays. Somebody go out there and stop them. That's
Right.
it. That's all it takes. But they be wanting people to get hurt. I hope Mahomes get hurt. But those fanatics get crazy. Like those Raider fans, they can't stand them. Like I hope that go get them, but they so trash they don't even know what to do with themselves, right? So it's like I said, it the fact that you got people that can relate to these athletes, they shouldn't be upset about that. There's people that relate to these teams, right? The lovable losers that finally win a championship, things like that. There's people that actually feel like that in their lives. That's why sports is so important to some people, right? Like, come on, let's go. The dog pound. Look at the dog pound. How long they've been waiting for a championship at the dog pound. They were
Hmm.
like they barking and fighting and throwing snowballs and putting batteries in the snow. Yeah, listen, y'all just some gritty, grimy people. But they say Cleveland's like that, right? That's what they say. Cleveland's like that. New York, they play dirty. New York is dirty. Things that they say that they think like everything's attached to that. They think people from that same area is the same way. That's the representation of it. That's why a lot of the fans be like, "Nah, we need to win because we need to get this. We need to get this off our back." Like the Lions. The Lions win. I guarantee you, they're gonna have a whole week off. The, they're gonna have a whole week off of school. They're gonna be partying all week. Ticker tape parade downtown Detroit. They listen. They're gonna do what they do. Why? Because they got that. They got that lovable loser. No one can ever take away that you guys won that championship. If nobody could take that away. Once you see that, we got the Lombardi Trophy. Man, y'all, look, I ain't gotta watch no more. Y'all can kiss my butt. I ain't gotta watch this no more. All because y'all seen how much the Lions it made them look like yourselves. Y'all came from the bottom. Y'all was 0 and 6. Y'all went through the 0 and 16 seasons, the 1 and 15 years, the 2 and 14, and all of that other stuff. Now y'all at the pinnacle, the top of the top, the creme de la creme. Ain't nobody could take that from you, and that's why sports is the representation of sports is the way it is for me. I'm just saying, I'm different. I might be off, but you ask other people, watch. But the loyalty to it is only because of the town that they come from. That's where the loyalty comes in because they represent the town supposedly.
My bad. What up, Joe? Tay Eats. Tay Eats, y'all. Tay Eats,
What
y'all.
up, man? Yeah, and like wherever it is, whether it's Detroit, New York, Dallas, uh, Oakland, LA, don't matter. Those stories resonate, especially to the inner city kids. I mean, don't get me wrong. The burbs are the burbs. They think that's entertainment. Nah, well, for a lot of the inner city kids, that's like representation of life. So it's like I said, it's just different. But you know how that goes. So hey. You gotta. That's why I'm telling y'all, embrace it and enjoy it, especially when you ain't had a winning season like this. You ain't had a season like this in a mighty long time. This tops last year for Detroit. Man, we
How
got
you
one
having
loss.
a season like this in a mighty long time? Ninja, this ain't never happened.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just
So it ain't
saying.
gonna happen again. So I'm a bask in the envy.
Right. Look, 13. We ain't gonna be no 13-3 this year. Look, we ain't 13 and nothing. We gonna be 14-2, 14-3, 15 and you trying to get 15-1. Let's go. Right? All because it just brings that and listen, like I said, that energy just coming out of that every win you get. Like, yo, we pulled this one out, we pulled that one out. The defense came through. We stopped. Look, we can't stand the Packers. We took them out. We don't care. Took the Bears, we crushed the Bears. We don't like them anyway. Fuck them little Cubs, right? That's how you be talking to them. Fuck them little Cubs and shit, right? That's how you talk to them, right? All because that's just the way that sports and society, like the communities, the towns, they coexist with each other. I don't know what the psychology is behind it, but that's just the way a lot of people feel about them sports.
I mean, if
They'll
you
tell
think
you, yeah.
about it, I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
grow up playing the sport, so it's like you develop um this competitiveness, as a kid, and then you take that into adulthood. And it goes from you being a competitor to you know, cheering for the competitor.
Yeah, and like and as I like I
Do
said,
you?
right,
Let me ask you this:
good.
Do you know like real like hardcore sports fans that didn't play the sport at all?
Yeah, absolutely,
I don't.
absolutely, and I think because they ain't played, they the ones that go the hardest.
I can see that.
Like they the ones
I
that they
mean,
go the hardest. They go the hardest. That's why when you like if you ever hear somebody getting thrown off a balcony, I bet you they never played the sport before. If they get thrown into I'm telling you, yo, I'll never forget this. It was the game in LA, right? It was the Giants and the Dodgers. The Giants was doing so they was losing so bad. They yo, that's why we crushed y'all. Say another word, punk mother. They beat the dude up and threw the dude off the he threw him off the aisle or whatever. They threw him down to the lower level. Man, that man went to jail. They like, man, why did you do that? You can't talk about my team, but you never put. Did you ever play? No, I never played before. They just represent me. I'm like, oh my god, this is how I go. Like Philly. Oh my god. Oh wow, Philadelphia.
Philly, they be gang banging on sports, bro. I'm telling you.
Phil, Philly will go them in New York. They'll go to New York and they'll have a fight. They'll punch a New York dude in their face, and New York will do the same. That's what I'm saying. These rivalries, like that's the reason why people don't like certain cities. Fuck them New York niggas. No, fuck them. That's how it goes because those teams don't like each other. New York and Philly, Boston and Philly. The only way we got grace with the Yankees is because we in the same city, but they don't take it that far. But they get the verbally abusing each other too. Don't get it confused. That's like the Cubs and the White Sox. They get verbally abusive. Y'all trash. Y'all trash. All right, whatever. They get verbally abusive, but like I said, that might be something that you should study. Right? You might look that up. But
That
before
shit
you
might
get
make
out of
me
here,
crazy.
before you get out of here though, because I know you getting ready to set up your little interview with not your little your show with Kimaj. I just want to take the time out and say with wholeheartedness, shout out to you, right? You made a show last night, right? To represent to send love to Papa Will, right? And like I said, you had an opportunity to bring people together. That's exactly what you did. Um, you know, as Tay could attest to it, you know, that's something that you've been trying to do for the past few years, right? To try to bring people together. Even though it took this occasion to actually bring everybody to where it was supposed to be, I just want you to know that, that's just the beginning. You got greater things coming for you. I know you was giving flowers to Papa Will, but in all seriousness, I just want to give you yeah, Kalani had a great time yesterday, right? But in all seriousness, I just wanted to give you your flowers because you know you set that whole thing up. You made the calls, you made the clips and of Pop Will voice, and like I said, everybody came there, peaceful, civil, had some stories to tell about Pop Will, and that's all because of your energy. So I just wanted to give you your flowers before you got up out of here, and like I said, this is just the beginning for you. So don't even worry about it. You just keep being who you are. Everything's gonna fall into place.
Man, I appreciate you, and I I have to say this too, you know. I appreciate Tay. I appreciate Realist because uh just looking out for for Papa Will, doing that for Papa Will, doing that for me, I appreciate y'all. And even it just shows the maturity, and I appreciate y'all. It's not only maturity, it just shows what, I always held a reverence for both of them, Tay and um, Realist, because uh, I just appreciate y'all. I don't want to say too much, but y'all know what I'm talking about, man. So uh,
Right, right. So
I just had to
shout out to
say
Willis too.
that,
Right, shout,
because y'all
yeah,
y'all did y'all
absolutely.
damn thing on that panel, bro. Y'all did y'all damn thing. So I appreciate that. It was for a good cause, for a good man. And I really appreciate Tay getting up there and just showing the example of how things should be. And always use sis as an example because I'm sorry, I like bragging on my sis, and when we talking about behavior, when we talking about maturity, elevation, she always been the example. People got her, uh, they misinterpret her a lot, but then I can break that down because half of the damn people be projecting anyway. But anyway, the
Right.
way sis handle herself, that's the example. So that's even when I created the nine. That's why I had her in mind, like because I can represent one aspect, but I needed her. I needed Tay, and Tay always come through. She always come through for me. So I appreciate you, sis. Always come through. That's what I said, man. That's my ride or die, man.
But that's the beautiful thing about Tay, right? I mean, she of course she's attractive and all that, but her energy, her spirit, some people can't handle her energy, right? Because it's just so upfront and so strong, but it's only strong when she has to be defensive. Other than that, she well, let me not make it seem like she's a sweetheart because I don't think that's how she may or may not want to be that way, right? But in all reality, that's how I see her. Like even the first time like when we spoke, right? We had a quick little interchange. But it's like, nah, it was okay. Now I understand you. And then she let her guard down. She allowed me to continue to converse with her. And now, even with that aspect, like there's nothing, like it's nothing. I don't feel no uncomfortableness with her. I could tell her pretty much anything that's going on, and like I said, that's the community that you're trying to build, and she's an integral part of it. So of course she's supposed to get her flowers, right? And that's why she's appreciated, even when she's not around, because she has to handle her business. We always going to make sure that her name is relevant because she's always going to be relevant within the group, within your life especially. So we always going to keep her name going. So shout out to Tay as well. Shout out to Realist as well too, and shout out to Commander, even though she's not here. But she's another one, right? That's what I'm saying, man. As long as you continue to do what you do, the group may not. The group is always going to be intact, but the community is going to grow one step at a time. That's why I just wanted to give you your flowers before you got out of here. But I appreciate you, man. You know what
I
I mean? I
appreciate you
truly do.
too, bro. I appreciate you too, bro. Yeah, I forgot I had to do a show, but I'm about to.
Right. I got you. That's why I said let me get you
I
get
be
out of here
trolling
before
her,
that,
man.
right? Yeah, but today, is you going on Kimaj or is she coming to you?
I think she coming to me, but she can. I'm gonna tell her she can share because I paid $22 for it, so I
Okay.
might as well use it. I
So
don't know if I'll pay next month, but I paid it this month because I had to put Papa Will up in the background. I couldn't. I don't know, bro. It's like fuck it. I'm gonna just pay for it. I was
look,
trying
nah,
to
that's
plan.
just love. That's just love, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that's like I said, as long as you keep doing what you're doing, you're gonna shatter the mold. You're gonna break this YouTube mantra that you can't build nothing. You can't build a community. You can't build a quote unquote family in here because you are proven otherwise. You have met your sis here. Shout out to Tay once again. You met her here. You didn't meet her outside in the world. You met her here, right? So that's why you're going to continue to do what you do, right? So we'll see you on that other side. We're going to let you get ready. Appreciate you. We'll see you in a minute, right? And for everybody
Appreciate
else
you, bro.
that stays around, like I said, y'all go on over there and go hear what the word is talking about, right? He's a man of honor. He's a man with high regards, and he's a very humble man, right? So y'all go on over there, and he got wisdom. He got understanding of life and people. So y'all going over there, and as y'all can see, he know a little bit about sports, right? Well, he know a lot about sports, but I'm trying to make him modest, right? But y'all going over there and go ahead and hear this interview that he has with Kimaj, right? Uh, it's about to start in about a few minutes. So I'm going to sign off. Uh, thank y'all for stopping by Sports Chat with Mr. 33. And I am Mr. 33. I'm signing off from Channel 9 Studios. And with that being said, I'm out. Appreciate y'all.